For the listeners that haven't heard this story, I'll tell it again real quick. When I came through a breakthrough, which probably came from a power greater than myself, knocking the slate clean, right? Because I'd been asking for understanding my whole life, dude, right? I'd been asking for this connection that other people seem to have my whole life. And one of the things that I've never wanted to do is fake my sobriety. I've never wanted to fake my relationship with a power greater than myself. And the fact that I couldn't have your experience with it put me in a position to where I wasn't willing to lie about it, right? Because I either had it or I didn't. And I wasn't going to lie about having it if I didn't.
Yeah.
And so I went to this meeting and there was this guy there. And I hope I never forget it because it was such a freeing experience for me. And you know the story, but for those who don't, like I said, I went to this meeting. This guy was sharing about his family who, is from the area. So, one of the things that our families do is love us to death, and they will be concerned about our own well-being far past, their responsibility. And so his family was kind of drilling him about church and about God and all this stuff. And so he finally told his family, he's like, you know what, you guys, leave me the fuck alone. I'm not a Christian. I love you, but just leave me alone. I'm not going. I don't believe that shit. I'm fine. I'm good. And this was an alcoholic. He had several years of sobriety, and it was the first time I had heard that to the point where it connected with me. Like, maybe I'm not a Christian.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe I'm not broken. Maybe I'm just not that.
Sure.
Right? And so if I'm not that, then what am I? Right? And setting ego aside, going, okay, get the fuck out of here. This is an experience that came outside of myself. Right? That was a power that was greater than me, with one person speaking in a way that I could understand it. And perhaps that was a message from a power greater than myself finally saying, you know what? You're never going to have somebody else's experience. Start with nothing at this point in life. And that's what I did. And you might remember is like you said, I started with nothing. And the evidence for God's pretty fucking thin, man.
According to your perspective.
Yeah. Like I still by no means have this solid fucking belief, man. But, I went through enough time without it. One of the first thing I did was stop praying. I found myself not praying in recovery. I didn't pray for employment. I didn't pray for recovery. I didn't pray for other people. I didn't ask for anything, right? I just didn't pray at all. And for about the first 6 months, it was hard because I'd been praying my whole life, this internal talk, if you will. I finally stopped trying to talk to that thing. And it was weird. And then I got lonely, because I got used to most of my life having that internal talk was me talking to God. And a lot of it was fear-based. It was just, I'd go through my day when I was in fear and I'd just ask for relief, because as an alcoholic, what I know now is that I just run around pretty much scared all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying, I don't trust myself. I don't trust God. I don't trust you. I don't trust that my job's going to be there when I get there. I don't trust that my money's going to be in my account when I look. All this stuff, right? And so I stopped with it, and then I got lonely, and then it finally went away. And I was able to just go through. And what ended up happening now is something that, we heard Leslie share, which was so beautifully well put by her sponsor, I got to a point where I was able to believe that Cameron believed.
Mm-hmm.
And that was enough for me. Mm-hmm. Right? No longer do I believe, or do I have to believe. I'm in a place where, what if Cameron really does believe this stuff? And he's not like me, where I'm certain there is nothing there. And that if you believe that, you're dumb or weak or whatever my ego is telling me about it. But, you were more humble than I am, and the ability to get out of the way of yourself and allow something bigger than yourself guide you in a good direction, right? Because I don't fucking know.
Right.
But if I can shut up and be humble enough to believe that you believe, right, then that's a good beginning. And all this stuff, all this new idea concept stuff was all something that would have put me in hell had I stayed with the God that I originally tried to believe in.